Hello, everybody. We are live. I'm Tom.
I'm Philip.
That's Philip over there, Band of Disciples Studio. And we're here for our first meeting to plan Zach's Memorial Music Project, the Zesty Music Fund. Some of you have already seen the GoFundMe. And if you want all the details, please go to the GoFundMe site, and I've got all the details written out there. But basically, Zach and I sat down a little over 10 years ago and recorded 6 of his original tunes that we put down on a CD, and we even made copies and sold it at his shows and enjoyed that. But Zach never got to fulfill his dream of actually getting in a studio and working on his own music. So in his honor and his memory, I want to get that done for him with what we have. Now, the problem we're running into is the original computer that I used to record Zach's music died a few years ago, and we've had it with someone for a couple of years trying to pull those off and haven't been able to do that. We're getting that hard drive back, and maybe Philip or somebody else can figure out how to find those original WAV files. But until then, I've gotten the MP3s of his 6 original songs to Philip, and he's going to be going through, and we're going to be working on putting a full sound to Zach's music finally after all these years. Philip has graciously offered to use his talents and skills and abilities in the studio to help make this happen. So if you could, like I said, there's a link down below of our GoFundMe, so please go to that and see what you can do to donate. But I wanted everyone to meet Philip. We haven't given titles to anybody, but his official title for this project is producer. And so he's going to be the drive behind building what we can do with these. And I wanted Philip to come on here for y'all to see him and meet him and just tell a little bit about Band of Disciples Studio and the project and what we're dealing with.
Right. Again, I'm Philip Grant, Band of Disciples Studio, and we've been here and actually in the back of a church here in Mobile for about 11 years now, 10, 11 years. Before that, we were about 4 or 5 years across over on Midmost, and been doing it for quite some time. Moved down here from Tennessee. For this particular project, I wanted to be a part of this because Zach originally was supposed to come into the studio and do some recording, but of course he grew ill and passed away. But so we want to do this to try to take his music that he's already created and do something with it, because it's really good to begin with. And the problem we have we have some good things happening, and we have a couple of problems. Okay, the problems we're running into is that we have just the MP3s to deal with, and the MP3s are already mixed with an acoustic and a vocal. Well, as a producer, I won't get real technical, but as a producer, that is a real big problem for me because I can't separate out the vocals and then make him sound like $1 million. All I can do is turn one thing up and down and maybe add some reverb, do some other things nice to it. So we're really working on trying to get those WAV files. But in the meantime, we still can take the MP3s, and what we want to do is kind of wrap that around local area musicians, myself, and a few other people around town to try to enhance it and make it sound like the band is actually playing with Zach.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. We don't want to overshadow. We don't want to overproduce. But what we do want to do is make it just sound better, make it sound like the finished product if we can. We have some problems in the way of that, but hopefully we'll be able to get rid of that. Here's a little snippet. I think we're playing some of this. And you can tell that Zach has a beautiful voice, a really high voice for a male. And I was really excited about working with him to begin with, and it just didn't come to fruition, of course. So that's one of the reasons why I said, yeah, we got to do this. And again, like I explained before, unfortunately, that is the acoustic guitar and the vocals on one track, one stereo track. So that's the only main drawback we have of that right now. Other than that, we're going forward with this. So if you can, please, if you can spare $5, $10, 15, 20, it doesn't matter. If 1,000 people give $5,
That's right.
you know, that's what we need, is a bunch of people to give just a little bit if you can. And anyone who knows Zach, of course, would want to give. And,
Yes.
and people out there that don't know Zach and know me,
Yeah.
and they know Tom, okay, we can vouch for the veracity of this stuff, okay?
Yes.
We just really want to really do this. And so I'm beseeching you, if you can, go out to the link that he said was at the bottom of this video and put some money in the GoFundMe. Okay.
Please.
Thank
Yes.
you. I'm going to turn it back over to Tom.
Well, I just wanted to say, like he said, $5, $10, $20. And I have maybe 8 or 10 of his original CDs left.
Yeah.
So for the first 8, 10 people that give $20, which I've already had 3 of those or 2 of those. So I owe a couple of those, but one I found the other day, he'd actually signed it. I have a signed
cool.
CD. He signed it Zesty, of course.
Cool. Well, I'll give you $20 right now for that. There, that
But,
was mine. I claim that one.
There you go.
I want his signature on here.
But whatever you can do, we would appreciate it. Let's get Zach's music fully produced. Can you help us?
Yeah.
Can you help us do this? And also, if you don't have money, if you're
$20 right there.
there we go, $20.
There.
He's getting a CD.
Yeah, with the
One of the
signature on
signed CDs.
it. Yeah.
But we also have already had a couple of musicians offer to play and use their talents and skills. So if you want to do that, please contact me or Philip personally and tell us what you want to do. And we'll let you know what our plans are and how we're scoping this thing out, because that's one thing. This is our first meeting, our first production meeting. We're not going to be playing guitars and keyboards tonight. We're going to be organizing this to get a plan laid out of how we want to accomplish this. So we really need you to help us out by giving and by donating time and your skills. Like I said, I've already got a musician, and you said a while ago, it made me remember this. I put it in the description for the fundraiser, but you said you wanted to make it sound like he was actually playing with a band.
Yes,
and
that's the key.
That's where I got this idea. Was I had taken Zach out to, oh gosh, it's been so long ago. We were out on the causeway, and Mud Bucket, remember Ken Fulmer and his band was playing, and they took a break, but they asked Zach if he wanted to get up and do some music. He got up and did 1 or 2 of these songs with his band Mud Bucket, and it was just phenomenal. Just to hear Zach's voice and his style and his sound with a band was just amazing. It blew me away. So you've got to hear that too. We want you to hear that.
That's what we wanted to accomplish, is for you to be able to hear that.
Exactly. And we want to build a legacy of Zach's music and make Zesty's music live forever. Thank you. We're going to cut it out now. We're going to get to work. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.